I'll continue along the same vein with these two Gemaras. Gemara here tells us that, are you right, in their time, were you allowed to carry when we have a thing called candle, right? What was the candle in their time? It wasn't like a wax, right? Exactly what she showed, right? You're so tour guide, right? Yeah. Right. So you fill it with oil and the wick, and you reignite it, right? So like a Chanukiah, just one, right? I think that's the best way to explain to people what we're talking about, right? So are you allowed to carry that on Shabbat? So here, the truth is a very amusing story. Let's read it. So Rav Yehuda wants to differentiate between Shlaga de Mashcha, which is a candle, right, an oil candle, and a Nifta, one for no. Nifta is but no, full. Petroleum, thank you. I guess that's something along those lines. Yeah, one that's more. It's in layman's terms, I'd say one that's more yucky. One that renders the candle more, becomes more jifa. That's the professional term. So the jifa. Oh, very good. Yes. And Rav Yosef say, no, you are allowed to carry also the neftanami shalat. You can also carry those. Vavia went to Ikla Levi Rava. Vavia visited Rava. Pami'isan Bekar Betina. It seems to be either his shoes or his socks or his feet, something like that, got quite dirty on the way. Ativia Puri Kabed Rava, and he went and sat on his couch, on his bed, on his couch. Ikpad Rava Baratur. So Rava wanted to annoy him. A lot of fun. This is how Amorim used to get at each other, apparently. Right? He'd go and dirty his couch. He said, I'll get back at you. Why is it that Rabba and Rava, to annoy him, said, tell me, why did Rabba and Rav Yosef say that you're allowed to carry a petroleum or whatever, right? A petroleum candle on Shabbat? He says, it's useful. You can cover something with it. So even though it's dirty, that's why Rav Yehuda said you can't carry it, because what are you going to do with it? Right? It's dirty. What are you going to do with it? He says, no, you can find something to do with it. You can hold your papers down. You can carry some. You can cover something with it. If you say that, so all the sticks and stones in the garden would be just as asur as well, just as mutar to carry as well, because you can find something for them to hold down or cover, right?
He's trying to say this torch.
Yes, whatever it is, yeah.
Can be used.
You're allowed to.
It's going to be used in Shabbat.
Right.
Therefore, you can use it.
Right. Therefore, you can carry it.
You can carry it.
Right. You can carry it. Meaning like this. You left the candle. What? Of course. Yes. Lit is a different. Lit is a different problem. Lit is a problem of maf'il and chabeh. It's the candle. We're talking the item of the candle without the. You left it on your table before. No, but the story is this. You left your candle thing. The candle thing, the Chanukiah. Candle, what? Oh, candlesticks. Yeah, right. Correct. Yes. You left your candlesticks on the table. Sorry?
Why does it come back again?
I don't know. This is how they used to harass each other in their days. I don't know. Amorim. They're very. I guess. I'm not entirely sure. No, it's not so clear. I was joking about it myself.
Maybe.
No. So the point is this: you come home from so you ate out Leil Shabbat, right? And then Shabbat morning you come home, and the candlesticks are on the table. I'm purposely saying that because if they were lit before Shabbat, it's complicated. So I'm giving a simple case where they had candlesticks on their tables all the time because they didn't have lights, right? They had candlesticks around all the time. So, you left it on the table. I can't put the tablecloth on for Shabbat. What do I do? So you say, move them away because I need the space. Say, wait, but why would you be allowed to move them away? Because I can use them as a paperweight. Say, well, in that case, you can use anything as a paperweight, pretty much, right?
Well,
so,
even still.
Right. Correct. Well, in that case, you can also carry. You
But
could
the
also move.
alternative-
You can also move stones that are bothering you out of your way on Shabbat because you could use them as paperweights, right? That's what you're saying, right? He says no. Ha, ikatot clearly, hani leikatot clearly. There's a difference between things that are in their essence a kli and things that are not a kli. When I say a kli, now what is a kli? There's a bit of a
Right.
It's a
Wouldn't this be like a classic kli? It is a holder of oil. That should be exactly what a kli is.
no, that's fine. That's fine. No, my question, right, that's not a problem.
why
My
does-
problem was going to be
Sorry, the opposite. You're right. Sorry.
my problem was going to be the other way around. In other words, if I took a stone and used it as a paperweight, is that a kli? That's my question. You see what I'm saying, Yaakov? Right? It's here. This is a classic kli. I agree. I'm asking. So you're saying all stones are not kilim. What happens about what about the
But
stone?
it becomes a kli.
So how does it become a kli? That's the big question. In other words, I have in my lat. We'll get that. That's your answer. So lat. We'll see that I have a 10-page daf mikorot on this. So hold on. A pet rock. It's a good question. What is a pet rock? Good question. If I very cheap production. It's amazing they managed to. So, right, I have this thing in my shul, right? We're still building the shul. So I sit right next to one of the front doors. So every Leil Shabbat, I come, mincha time, and I open the door, and I put a rock under the door to hold it open before Shabbat. That's the question. In other words, does that turn it into a kli now? Do I need to make sure it's? I know possibly, but right. No, but you see my point. With just doing that little, just kicking that stone. So that's the stone that's right. I didn't say, you know what? Here, I'm going to take the stone and I'm going to carve it exactly to be the exact perfect shape for this door, and now it's my perfect my whole door holding stone. I kick one random stone and whatever sticks. Right? Does that make it a kli? That's the big question. So
The famous question is,
when
you have to do it in the morning again.
right, and then at night the gabbai comes because he makes sure the doors are closed. So the gabbai comes and kicks the stone away, and I have to start looking for my stone in the morning, right? So that's. First of all, I started starting with my stone mela, but even would finding my stone help me? That's the real question, right? Or do I say it's a random stone, not a kli?
Oh, can you do the stone?
So that's the important question.
The classic one was the one thing of before 12 then.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Can use in stone.
So specifically there, the Gemara says that the Kvod HaBriot allows us to take any stone, but you're right that's implies that's a diavad thing, right? Because the chatchila you should set stones to the side. If you're stuck, we're not going to make you walk around. Come on, right? What? Sorry. Yes.
Go back to the definition where is the key.
Let's just quickly see this Gemara, and then we'll call it night. So the Gemara on page 2. Hadatznan ein somchin takdera b'bkat v'chen b'divet. Right, so you have a stick. Right? No, it's not really a stick. It's like it's a piece of wood that was right. There was page 2. Yeah, Shabbat Afkuf Kadaled in the middle of the page. There's a problem it was printed out. There's a mistake. I corrected it on the website because I found the mistake and corrected it on the website, but on your pages hasn't been corrected yet. The Rashi and the Chavruta are supposed to be smaller. Just found a few mistakes. Well, that's one of them. Anyway, so you can't, right? In their days, you'd put your pot on a pit, right? You need to have something holding the pot up, right? So could I use, right, I chopped wood, could I take a piece of chopped wood and use that, right, to have the kedera lean on that, right, to hold it up. So the Gemara says you can't. There's a bright that says you can't. Mishnah. Interesting. The Mishnah says you can't, and also not to hold the door open. Why? Because I can use it to light my fire, right? I can use it to barbecue, right? You're allowed to burn wood on Yom Tov. So it's a deval shemachtor hetel. You'll note what's the interesting word of that in that term? Deval shemachtor hetel, right?
No,
It's not a kli, it's a deval, right? It's a thing, it's not a kli, right? Alma deval shemachtor hetel ben etzol gufo ben etzol mekom asur. So we learn that even things that melachtam leheter, you're not allowed to carry around, even though we thought that you are allowed to carry. Kli shemachtor leheter. Hatamaitam kevan de Shabbat devar shemachtor leisur gzera yom tov adu Shabbat. What? Yes, the Yom Tov you have to set it aside for that. So the bottom line to me is the important thing to me is the bottom line here. I'm not going to go into the relation between Shabbat and Yom Tov here. It's a bit complicated. I'm not going to go into it. But the Gemara ends up saying, Hani mile hecha, you see the last line, Hani mile hecha ve'ikatwat kli alav, hecha de'rekatwat kli alav, lo. Meaning the whole discussion about carrying things around is only for things that are inherently kelim. If it's not a kli, that whole discussion doesn't begin. And then this is going to raise a question, and that's what we're going to deal with at length next week. B'ezrat Hashem. What is a kli? What is a kli? Why? What seems to be everywhere? Right, that's a problem. Once you see that the Muktze and there's that, so every Gemara, it's very hard to read anything without thinking all the time, oh, there's two very separate things and different things here. So, shkach guys.
We can check in a second.